Hi, honey. The movie already started. I'll reheat your dinner during the commercial. What are you doing? You look tired.
I don't want to be an adult anymore. It's too hard.
What?
Nothing.
Our TV program in the opening scene, the girl in the red dress. Oh, what's wrong? You're doing it again, aren't you?
Doing what?
That thing you do. Playing savior to the world.
It's not my fault. Everybody is so demanding. I don't want to do this anymore. I want to go back to being a kid.
You are doing it again.
What am I doing again?
You keep forgetting that you need rest.
You're right. I do.
I'm not just talking about now. Of course you need rest after you're burned out. But you should have been smart enough to schedule the rest you need in order to prevent burnout.
I get 8 hours of sleep a night. Usually, sometimes.
I'm not just talking about sleep. You're a Christian, you should know about the other two kinds of rest.
Remind me.
Well, God made you with 3 parts, body, soul, and spirit. When you sleep, you rest your body. But the other 2 parts of you don't get recharged from that.
What do you mean?
You also have a mental part and a spiritual part. Those parts need to be recharged too. That means scheduling time for them regularly, just like you do for sleeping.
I don't have time in my schedule for one more thing, let alone 2.
If you're too busy to schedule mental and spiritual rest, you're too busy. Do you like being burned out?
No. I hate it. I'm so tired my bones ache. Alright, I'll start scheduling mental and spiritual rest. But I have no idea what that means. Tell me.
The mental rest is easy. That's just spending time enjoying your loved ones. For you, what that means is coming home at night before your son goes to bed.
Listen, I'm sorry about tonight. People make demands.
I don't see any handcuffs. Nobody is forcing you into slave labor. All you have to do to get some mental rest is to say no sometimes.
But people hate that word. And I hate telling people no.
Let me put it to you as delicately as I can. When you say yes to them, by default you say no to restful things like dinner with your family.
Oh. You're right. I'm sorry. I never thought about it like that. Now that I think about it, I guess mental rest for me is mental rest for the family too, huh?
Yes.
Alright, I'm convinced. I promise I won't shortchange the family anymore.
Bless you.
Speaking of blessing me, I have no idea of what spiritual rest is either.
Do you remember what Jesus did after he fed the 5,000?
No.
Why?
Why?
Yes, why don't you know what Jesus did after he fed the 5,000?
Oh, I get it. You're saying that if I read my Bible regularly, I would know what Jesus did after feeding the 5,000.
Yes, that's part of it. After feeding the 5,000, Jesus got away alone to recharge his batteries. To spend time with the Father.
Oh, well, for me that's reading the Bible.
The point I'm trying to make is that spiritual rest is not just reading the Bible regularly. It's getting recharged by the Lord.
I didn't get recharged from reading the Bible every day. For me, it was just another quota in a day full of quotas. That's why I quit.
You were probably biting off more than you could chew.
What do you mean?
How much were you reading every day?
A whole chapter.
There's nothing that says you have to read a whole chapter of the Bible every day. If a chapter is too much, you should read only a verse or 2 verses a day. And let them soak in, until you start to get inspired by the words of the Lord.
I could do that.
The purpose for my quiet time is to increase my hope. Isaiah says, "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength." They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run, and not grow weary. They will walk, and not be faint.
I wish I could soar like an eagle. But I can't even get off the ground.
Of course not. You haven't had any hope in the Lord.
Tomorrow looks like just another day where people will stand in line to beat me up. Do you really get hope like that from the Bible?
Yeah, I really do. Jesus said, "Come to me, all you heavy laden, and I will give you rest."
I like that. But I'm too tired to read the Bible right now.
You're right. Sometimes the most spiritual thing you can do is get a good night's rest. You go to bed now. I'll wake you at 6:30 for a short Bible study.
6:30. I never get up that early.
That's because you stay up too late at night. Your first lesson in rest is that you have to give up some things you want in order to get the things you need.
All right. I'll see you in the morning. Can you come tuck me in, Mommy?
You are such a baby when you haven't had enough rest.
Based on a play by Bob Snook. Conditions for use: do not sell any part of this script, even if you rewrite it. Pay no royalties, even if you make money from performances.
You may reproduce and distribute this script freely, but all copies must contain this copyright statement.